wanted to talk a little bit of Disney and everything, just because recently Destination D23 just happened, which they unveiled a lot of stuff that was coming for Disney and everything, some movies and park stuff. Really what I'm going to be talking about is just kind of a few things that kind of stuck out to me and just some of my overall thoughts of what was unveiled. Obviously, most of the stuff in terms of theme parks and everything that was unveiled was pretty much stuff that was either for, majority of it was either for some of the stuff that was coming for the cruise line or like international kind of parks and everything. But there were a few things that were mentioned for like the Disney World and Disneyland. Not too much for Disneyland. There was like some small like changes they were making here and there to that area, to Disneyland itself. But it's the stuff I kind of want to focus on more. There was two things in particular that piqued my interest the most and stuff that was kind of introduced and everything during it and unveiled. First one being it's kind of a parks thing, but not really, because later this year in December, they're going to have a new documentary coming out to Disney Plus and YouTube about Disneyland, and just kind of showing footage, kind of never before seen footage of Disneyland from the kind of first like dirt kind of being moved to it actually getting built and everything. So that to me is something that I'm really interested in, just because again it's never before seen footage and everything, and I'm a big fan of obviously the Imagineering story that they did, that Disney Plus came out with that documentary and everything, kind of showing you talking about Imagineering and stuff that was coming up to the parks and everything. And I feel like this is a good way to kind of show you some of the stuff that was Disneyland when it was first coming up, and I'm very interested to see when that comes out, which I think they said isn't coming out until about like December time frame and everything. One of the things when they were talking about like shows and movies that were coming out concept wise, that was the one that kind of piqued my interest the most, just because again I'm a big fan of the parks, and obviously being able to see never before seen footage of Disneyland being built to me is just interesting to me. It may not be for everybody, but for me that's just something that's very interesting. One park thing that was unveiled for Disney World that I was interested in is actually for Carousel of Progress, because recently they announced that they're going to be kind of doing a little bit of, not an overhaul, but they're going to be making some changes to Carousel of Progress, mainly like the last scene. I think they're going to be changing things here and there with it. With my guess would be making it more modern to what today kind of is technology-wise. And the other big thing is they're adding Walt Disney to the intro to Carousel of Progress. And this makes me very happy because for two reasons. One, it shows that they still care about Carousel of Progress. It shows that even with a little bit of touches that they're going to be making to it, they very much still care about Carousel of Progress, and if there was ever any inclination or anything about if Carousel of Progress would ever close or anything, and I feel like this kind of stopped any conversation there on that front. The other part of it too is just because Carousel of Progress to me is nostalgia-wise one of my favorite attractions in Magic Kingdom itself. Just because, again, nostalgia purposes, back when I was a kid, whenever we go down there, that was an attraction we hit every single time, whether it was just to see the show itself and everything, the attraction itself and everything, or just kind of avoiding the elements, whether it was too hot out or just we saw a thunderstorm was going to come by, so we just took in the attraction because it's like a 15-minute or so attraction, so being able to stay away from the elements, get some AC, and just enjoy the show and everything. That's just one that we've always hit, and one that I felt like always kind of needed some kind of TLC. It didn't obviously need a giant refurb or anything, just changing every scene. Mainly like the last scene, I feel like could just use some minor changes just to make it a little bit more modern, like I mentioned. But just everything about this attraction, just I enjoy so much, and everything. Just the show itself, seeing how this family kind of copes and everything with the changing of technology through time and times through the past, everything. So it would only make sense that they would make another change to it to the final scene. So again, I can't wait for that. Again, some of the other stuff that they mentioned during it, I have some, like, they didn't really wow me. They were like, okay. Like the other thing that was mentioned for Disney World at least was they're going to be changing the paint color to Cinderella Castle back to its original color, because recently, obviously, the last like 5 years or so, it's still been about the same color as it was for when they celebrated the 50th of Disney World. So they haven't really changed their paint color. So they're going back to what it originally looked like paint-wise, which to me, it's okay. Like, I guess that's cool and everything. I feel like every so often they always kind of change the paint color to the castle. So to me, it wasn't something that was like, oh, that's cool. It's fine. I mean, it's going to be cool to see this, but the castle back to what it originally kind of looked like and everything paint-wise. So that would be kind of cool to see and everything. But in terms of the states, like I mentioned, not too much was really mentioned. The stuff that really was mentioned was either Disneyland Paris or Hong Kong Disneyland. Some of the lands out there just kind of getting a little bit more concept arts and stuff like that, which I'm not too surprised about because last year at D23 they mentioned a lot that was happening with Disney World and Disneyland, and I've covered it a lot on this channel itself. It's the stuff happening to Animal Kingdom, the stuff happening to Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom itself. Obviously getting Cars Land. Eventually they'll be getting a Villains Land as well to Disney World. Disneyland, obviously they're going to be expanding more Avengers Campus and everything and stuff like that. And they're adding Avatar Land as well. So much was unveiled last year, so I'm not too surprised that not too much was unveiled this year. I'm just hoping for next year at D23 we get more certainty of dates of when some of the stuff that was announced then will be coming out, because a lot of it's just come out in either 26 or 27, stuff like that. Excited for what's coming still, but it's still going to be a little bit of time before we actually see a lot of that stuff kind of opening up. So with that being said, that's all I really have in terms of any kind of Disney talk. Let me know in the comments below what you think about what was unveiled at Destination D23 and just kind of stuff in general that's been coming up to Disney or to the Disney parks and everything. Are you looking forward to what's going to come to Carousel of Progress? Your kind of favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom, while I was already kind of on that kind of topic? And overall, just are you excited for the changes coming and everything? So with that being said, that's all I got in terms of talking Disney.